Still kind of laying low a little bit. Dottie and I went to a po' boy shop today and got a sandwich. Masks and stuff till you sit down, but that was good.
You
So
ever,
we're getting out a little bit, but not much.
yeah, yeah, I know. I'm getting tired of all this COVID stuff, but then, like the governor in Missouri has COVID, and now the governor in Virginia has it. So kind of brings you back a little bit like, oh yeah, I got to keep my mask on. Out here, everybody wears masks, so that's good. You don't have problems with that. But I don't know, I'm just getting tired of it. I'm tired of not working. But
Me too.
but
I
that
haven't played in a long time. The other day in the garage, I picked up my banjo and I'm so rusty. Yeah.
yeah, well that was pretty cool how you made the transition from not doing it for 20 some years into being, the godfather of New Orleans.
I don't know about that.
That's what people tell me.
Yeah.
Billy's having a pretty good time. I think he's kind of liking the slow, the not working stuff.
Well, you know what? I like working. I kind of like the schedule we're on now. It's a lot slower, and you get our age, it's pretty good.
No, I agree.
Yeah. Sometimes I get tired of watching the TV, you know. So I'll read a little while, and then I'll go to the TV, then I'll go on the computer,
Yeah.
Back and forth, and I switch chairs. Dottie gets a kick out of me because certain times of the day I'm in the den, sometimes in the garage, sometimes it's out back on the porch, sometimes in here in the dining room.
Yeah. So I found Ira sent some pictures today. I'll put some of those up later. But I found two of them that didn't have you in them, but had Danny in them. It looked like the New York Club. So I sent them on to Danny. How's Danny doing?
He's doing pretty good.
Good.
Ira was a good manager. He managed the New York Club. He was really good. I thought he was.
He seems like a nice guy.
I mean, he was my boss for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the New York Club, that whole thing with the musicians seemed like that was where it was all happening, because one of the pictures today is from the Ed Sullivan Show, and I sent that one down to Joan because it looked like she was in the middle. Hey, Billy.
Hey there.
What's up, Billy?
Howdy, Barry. Yeah.
Hey, Billy, since you got on without having to go to the waiting room, probably because you got my login. Try to put something.
I quit your login though. I just I don't know.
I don't know. You just popped on.
Well, Tom Wolf, your name, Billy, on your picture says Tom Wolf.
Oh no. Okay, I thought I logged off of yours.
No,
okay.
That's okay. It doesn't matter. I was just wondering if you could, while the two of us are on, if you could put a picture up.
Okay.
Try sharing the screen to see if she can share anything.
Okay. Well, let me take a look. Okay, hold on. Because I didn't show as my meeting, but let me see what I got here.
David popped on too.
Oh, hi, David.
How you doing, Bill?
Howdy, Dave.
Hey, Dave. What's up, Dave?
Home, Tom?
No, I'm still in Oakland.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell by all the clean air.
Yeah, it got clean here. It got good.
But you haven't.
Okay.
It wasn't
Y'all
the
all
rain that
froze
cleaned
up on
it,
me
just
here,
the
but let me see if
winds?
this works.
It wasn't.
Share screen.
How'd you end up with clean air?
The ocean just blows. About a week ago, it just.
This is
one morning. Yeah, you can share. That's good.
Okay, can you see my screen?
I did.
That's our old bowling team. Is me, John McLaren, Randy Ali, Ed Ali, and Joe Mullane. We didn't have our bowling shirts. Fred had bought us some black and red bowling shirts with the Father's Mustache logo on it. I still have mine somewhere, but it doesn't fit anymore. Yeah.
Pretty good that you still got it.
Yeah, I mean, you can see we're very proud of our balls. We came right there in front.
So Billy,
So what happened to Joe Mullane? Whatever happened with him?
I saw, one time tried to track him down on Facebook. There is a Joe Mullane on Facebook. I think it's the same guy. So I guess he's around somewhere. He always wanted to be a male model.
A male model.
Yeah, that's what he told me. He wanted to be a male model, So, okay, so I can pop, maybe, I don't know if I can pop up only because I still have Tom's logo or not, but
Well, I don't know. Now I kind of can you hear me?
yes, I hear you.
Okay, because I disappeared I can't find myself on the screen anymore. But
You're on it.
all right.
You're on. Okay.
Now McLaren keeps in touch with me. In fact, he sent me the videos of the Carnegie, and I know he listens to the replay of this Zoom because he sends me notes of our conversations.
Yeah, he's trying to get on audio wise. He just doesn't want to log into Zoom. He doesn't like Zoom.
Yeah, this was an old picture that I think I might have downloaded it off of Fred's. It was some of your father's mustache guys. I don't recognize them, but supposedly they were moving one of the portable beds down Bourbon Street that we used upstairs.
Right, I've seen that one before.
Yeah, but I don't know who the guys are. Yeah.
It looks like Billy's in the corner with a bottle of wine and somebody with a hat on.
Yeah, it does look a little bit like me. Yeah.
But it's right on the corner of Bourbon and Orleans.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what building that is.
Yeah. Which direction are we facing?
Well,
Yeah.
to
But
our
that's all I know is
left,
that
whether
was,
that's toward the river
Yeah.
or towards the lake,
Yeah, those beds look real clean.
Yeah. It must have been before Mardi Gras started. I think that's when they were bringing the beds in because we used to keep as many people that wanted to stay upstairs,
Right.
during Mardi Gras upstairs. So.
They're taking your first flight.
So Bill, welcome. Bill Meehan just joined us.
All right.
Hey guys,
Hey Bill, how are you?
doing good. Well, actually, not so well. I just had a little hospital visit. A little infection here, and it's come and gone. So I'm back.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah, it is good.
Said, Bill, we can't see your face. You need to enable your video.
Better or worse? How do you want it?
Bill, all we see is a photo of you. We don't see a picture of you.
Oh, wait a minute.
There you are. Howdy, Bill.
Yeah, we're doing good. Yeah.
Well,
I'm grateful for this wonderful organization that you guys have put together. It's great fun thinking about the good old days and when I was shooting on my tuba.
We're
Well, some
glad
of the
to
pictures
have
of
you,
you
Bill.
two look good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put up a picture of there it is. Can you all see that?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Now who's that on bone? Is that Artie?
On trombone, that's Jesse Denton.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I know him.
Yeah, I see Danny in the back.
Danny Rubio on tuba.
Yeah.
Of course, Joel.
Of course.
I see Joe Terra back there.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah.
I don't know who
They can't see yet because I got a picture of.
Oh, hey, Emily. How are you?
Hi. That's a pretty cool picture.
That's a wonderful picture. Now where is that?
looks like the New York Club.
Okay.
Yeah, all these came from Ira.
I see the bananas.
Oh, yeah, I see bananas. Okay.
The only club that has bananas.
Were they plastic or were they real bananas?
Oh
Look at
no, they
that.
weren't. They weren't because I sat next to them many times. They were made out of plastic for sure.
Oh, okay.
Look at Danny, how thin he was. Jeez.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What song was that we would y'all would play? The band would play, and then the waiters would all have a tag in there and say, "Have a banana."
Oh gosh.
Carolina in the morning.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing could be finer to be in Carolina in the morning, have a banana, and then we
That's it.
say, have a kumquat.
Yeah, that's right.
That
Yeah.
was a fun club. The New York club was a fun club.
Yeah, no, we used to do that too. I just couldn't remember what song it was the band would play when we'd
Have
yell
a
out.
banana and have a kumquat.
Yeah.
I think David said it. I was on a Zoom call with David the other day, and he said one from the past. More, I'm still not satisfied.
Yeah.
More, I'm still not satisfied. And then somebody would say, neither is your wife.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Play
man.
something the whole band knows. Of course, we've did it a few times.
Yeah.
Let me
Rocket
ask
would run through the
can I
club and
ask-
say, I got a rocket in my pocket.
Oh, God. Yeah. There's another one.
I'm
Another
looking
one.
for a sock.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Let me ask a location question. Chuck Stewart.
I don't know.
Anybody?
I've heard his name, but I don't know him.
Well, he played. I found out years ago. I went to junior high school with him.
Hmm.
Then we run into each other, of course, on the road with one of the bands.
Well, he must be old like us then. If you went to junior school.
Oh, yeah, he's got to be in his late 60s, in that age, in that range.
That's not old.
That's freaking old.
I hit 79 about a month ago. I'm still kicking, so I shouldn't bitch.
So at least I have 10 years left. Okay.
Bill,
Yeah.
we lost your video again.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Say,
There you go.
Oh, we're back.
There you go.
Okay, let me just move that. Yeah, we found it.
yeah. So Tom, they do have. I was able to pull up the waiting room on my screen too, so I still got your credentials. You know. So
Oh,
I'm
that's
probably-
fun. I'm glad that we can do it both, except they put my name instead of yours.
Well, can I order stuff like this?
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna start having wine sent to my room here.
Oh, really?
You ever heard that phrase? When somebody says, how you doing? You said, if I'd be any better, there'd be two of me. Well, there's two of Tom on the screen right now.
That's
Two
right.
names at least. Well, Bill logged in last week and handled it for me, which was really nice. 'Cause
But I thought I logged out of you, but I guess I didn't. Or maybe I did.
hard to
Bill, you
lose,
did a nice
hard to
job.
lose me, Bill.
That's right. You're stuck on me.
like glue.
So Bill, me, and where do you live right now? In St. Louis or Boston?
Oh no, I've been living in Boston, more precisely Dorchester, as they say out here. Up in the
All right.
Dorchester. Yeah, I've been here for 20 or so years, and not too much playing these days. But my tuba sits behind my chair, and I think about it often. The chops are pretty much gone, but the thought is there.
Yeah. That's how I feel during COVID. My banjo's right next to my chair.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I pick it up, but not often.
Oh, me too. Yeah. Somebody will come in that I know, an old friend of mine, and I'll give him a toot or two. I'm a fair to middle and just sort of maybe a little bit good banjo player, but the tuba is, of course, always my love. But I do have a couple of banjos kicking around here, and I pick them up once in a while.
Yeah.
And I think I'm playing okay. And the truth of the matter is, I'm doing my best.
So, Bill, did you make your living as a musician?
Oh, yes, I did. St. Louis I opened that club. I forget what year, it was the late 60s, somewhere in there. And I had a falling out with Joel over some stupid thing. And I was gonna take a stand, and you don't take a stand with Joel, you know. He turned around, and within 24 hours, there was a son of a gun. There was a new band sitting up on the bandstand,
Oh,
and Bill was off the track. I was working as a waiter for a little while there. but we made up over time, and but yeah, St. Louis, that was the main club. But I played a little bit in New York, a lot of Boston because that's my hometown.
But then when
That's
you got older, did you have a different job, or did you keep playing as a
well,
musician?
teaching was my real job.
Oh, okay.
I was a music teacher. In fact, I went to, who was in my class at Boston University was Dave Bergeron.
Okay.
He was
Sweat and tears.
he was a monster player. Still is. Still playing. He lives in New York State, upstate a little bit. He and I communicate once in a while and say hello.
He was with Blood, Sweat, and Tears, guys.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. And he made a fortune, absolute
Oh,
fortune,
yeah.
working with a club. And any of those rock bands of that quality, they were just rolling in cash.
Nice. So you taught at Washington University?
Yes, in fact, when he was in the Boston area, I would come visit with him and to whatever club he was at, and we would sit around and toot a little bit, and so that was great fun. He did a lot when he was not doing the Blood, Sweat, and Tears thing. He made a very wonderful living doing jingles mostly in New York City. The behind the music, the commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and he still, I think, so one of you guys mentioned this recently, I think, that he was connected with a trombone company, one of the major companies, and he sort of promoted them because he had the name and he had the recognition, and so he did well. But he's still out there playing, and he still plays very well. Very well. The other guy that was in my class, also in that same class, was Pete Levin. Now he played in Boston. He was a French horn player in high school and in college, but he switched. He was one of these guys that if he looked at an instrument, the instrument just yielded to him and said, "Yes, I will do anything you want."
That's cool.
Oh, it was wonderful. Yeah, but right now he's mostly a keyboard, doing keyboard stuff with his brother. He has a brother who's an excellent bass player, one of the top bass players around. Oh, and I've heard he has a trio and a quartet, and the business has been a little slow because of the Corvus business, but he's still out there playing, and he's a wonderful keyboard player.
That's good.
He also played tuba, which he was very good at.
Okay.
You guys remember Neil Tidwell, tuba player?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Say again?
Neil Tidwell.
It doesn't ring a bell.
He died.
Yeah, he died, but he died young.
Yeah.
He was a fabulous tuba player.
Yeah.
Symphony and.
Oh, really? That's symphony quality, huh?
He played with the Philharmonic. Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Wow.
Symphony, and he taught at Loyola University.
Uh huh.
And he was really terrific. Too bad he died. He died real early. He was in his 50s, you know.
Oh.
You can call him a lead tuba. He could play anything on the tuba. He
Yeah.
could play on a trumpet. I heard him playing 12th Street Rag once at the Mustache.
Oh, boy.
On
Yeah.
the tuba. You know, it's like, yeah, I saw him a couple times after I left the Mustache playing gigs, but yeah, I had heard he died some time ago though.
Oh, boy.
Too bad, because he was a really fine player and a sweetheart of a guy.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Yeah, the
Now-
last time I saw him playing in a Mustache band was after Fred was trying to start the Mustache up again at the Show Bar. And I
I
came
was
in.
there. I played
Yeah,
there.
I know. I saw you playing there too. It was they had done a one of those weird show play there. Ed called
Let
me,
your
asked me
people
if I could, yeah, let my people come, and then right after that the band came on, and y'all, it was hysterical, you know. But I remember Ed called me and asked could I come help out. I had already I had moved on from the mustache, and I said, well, yeah, I can come over. And the band was there. It was you and Neil and
Ben Smith.
Was Mike Gentry there? Or Ben?
No, but Ben Smith was.
Okay. Yeah.
But look, I'll tell you about that gig. So that show, Let My People Come,
Right.
it involved nudity on the
Yeah.
stage.
Really?
Girls would get totally nude.
No kidding.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and they do their act, and then we come, well, we were to warm up, then they come do their thing, then we play the intermission, then they do a second show. But in the back dressing rooms, they were all walking around nude. Well, we loved that.
Of course.
We thought that was great. Right? And these good-looking girls walking around nude. Then they
Oh, yeah.
complained. They complained to the management, which was Fred and them,
Yeah.
that those guys are looking at us.
Well, why not? I mean, geez.
Said that they're up on the stage spreading their twat out for everybody to see. But they were mad at us in the back room looking at them.
Oh, it doesn't count in the back, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they need to change it up. We only could be in the dressing room at a certain time because they didn't want us looking at their twat.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
One of the girls in that show, Anne, I started doing theater a lot after I left the mustache. She was
Was Ann Talkman.
yeah, she was a dancer and a choreographer, so I got to know her after that. But I saw that show because I was working that night, or one of the nights of it, at the show bar.
Right.
That was before y'all went down to Fritzl's, I guess, huh?
I can't remember the chronological.
Yeah.
Fred had a lot of stuff going on.
No, because Fred had another club up Bourbon Street, which wasn't far. It was 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. I played there too.
Yeah. Yeah, he
That's
got
the night. That's the place we played. Okay, Fred had the 7-Eleven club, and he wanted to make it similar to a mustache, so he hired us to go in there. But we didn't have. So what we're gonna wear? Fred said, "I'm gonna buy some striped vests." So Fred found a uniform company and bought all these bought 6 striped vests. There was only 4 in the band.
Yeah.
Bought 6 striped vests. We wore them the first night, and we played. And when we finished, they said, "Put all the vests on the stool there. We'll take care of them." So we all took our vests off and put them on a stool. The next day, somebody stole the vests.
Oh, God.
Now, why would anybody want to steal 6 red and white striped vests is beyond me.
Beats the hell out of me.
Maybe the Lucky Dog Man.
Yeah, but we thought that was, we laughed our asses off because somebody stole 6 striped vests.
Yeah, I think the Lucky Dog guys wore those striped vests too, didn't they?
Could be. Maybe the Lucky Dog Company bought them, stole them. But they sure did steal them.
Yeah.
They lasted one night.
Well, hopefully some more people will be coming on it too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I need to excuse myself. I haven't been feeling very good today. Need to go work on my my eulogy or something.
Oh, geez.
Of course, no, I don't have any symptoms, COVID related, but I just feeling real puny, and yeah. So I'm gonna excuse myself, but I think I was talking to Rick briefly this week. I felt the need to check in and make sure I'm still alive.
Oh,
We
Lord.
will. We'll try.
Yeah, well, I
Well,
hope you
good,
feel
Dave.
better, Dave. Sorry to
yeah, somebody's trying to get. I just let somebody in, but I didn't say who. So.
Pete too,
Yeah.
but it's Pete's
Well, Dave, I hope you feel better.
I'll have to catch up on YouTube for this week.
Okay.
Okay.
Y'all take care. Good to see you.
We'll just
We'll
thanks
say
for
lots of
coming
nice
in.
things about it.
All right. Bye, Dave. Hope you
Bye.
feel better.
Thank you.
You get to feeling better.
Now somebody else is coming in, but I don't
It's
know.
Pete. He doesn't have his camera on, let's say.
Who was it, Pete?
It's Pete.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Pete. Hey, Peter Tuba.
There he is. Oops, he disappeared.
Coming and going.
We didn't do it, Pete.
I'm working on that next. That,
Peter, we can hear you, just can't see you.
Now we
there
can.
we
Yeah.
go. There we are. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Hey,
Barry,
What's
Tom.
up? What's up, brah?
Billy,
Good morning, Pete.
What's up, brah?
Bill, morning.
What's up, brah?
What's up in Florida?
Well, sunny skies.
That's good. You didn't get anything from Beta?
No, I haven't. I think that's Barry's really weird.
Yeah, Beta went over to Texas, and then it kind of rained on us a little bit, but not much.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
Houston
what?
got Beta real bad.
So one time, Peter was playing with me, or we were playing with each other in Wildwood, New Jersey, at the Red Garter there.
Yeah.
Big beach town thing, and all the girls that worked, the waitresses, they had more waitresses than waiters there. They'd all go out to the beach, a certain spot on the beach every day.
nice.
Peter caught wind of this. Now you got to remember this 50 years ago. And Peter went and bought him a bathing suit, this hot pink Speedo. A beer.
I'm trying to forget that day, but I know what you're saying.
He had this hot pink Speedo bathing suit on. When Peter walked out on that beach, heads would turn. What'd you say,
Did
Mike?
it work?
Hello, Barry. How's everybody doing?
Mike,
Howdy, Mike.
Good.
Peter B.
Peter was looking
Peter
some
saw
good in
the
that Speedo, that hot pink Speedo, fuchsia.
wow.
Yeah, man.
Was it your banana hammock?
No, not like Danny. Danny would put a pair of socks in his underwear to make it look like he had a bigger pool.
No.
His nickname was Socks, but I don't think he's heard that
Yeah, they
name.
used to call it socks. He showed us some socks down there.
Hey. Got
Whatever
it.
it takes, huh?
Yeah. Whatever works.
It's funny now. I hear
Oh,
the
here
word.
comes Danny. All right.
Yeah, I hear the word socks, and of course, I think automatically of Sonny Helmer, who had the red sock on the foot that moved the bone up and down. Oh, well, while he was staying on one foot.
Yep.
That was our guy. What a trip he was.
Chugging a pitcher of beer that half went down his shirt.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Boy, and he would do that every last number of a set. It was always a screamer kind of a tune, and that's when he let it go with the bone, and then over the head he went with the pitcher, and it'd be like you say, went right down his back. I don't know how.
There's Danny.
Hey, Danny. SCP
Hey,
said, hey,
Danny.
car.
Hey, Socks.
Danny, somebody just passed the comment that you would take socks and put in your pants to make you look you had a bigger cock. Is that true?
Oh.
Is that true?
No.
Huh? That's what somebody just said.
I
Yeah.
didn't need
You
need
didn't
socks.
need it.
No.
You didn't need it.
Yeah.
I used
I believe somebody said that just now.
a cucumber wrapped in aluminum foil.
No.
Like in that movie. What was that movie called? The rock and roll band on tour. It was hilarious. Nobody knows. Spinal Tap.
Final Tap, yeah.
Oh,
He
yes.
got going through an X-ray machine at the airport. It went off, and they found out he had a cucumber wrapped in aluminum foil. Funny movie.
Yeah.
So how you doing, Danny? You doing all right?
I'm good. Good. Nice, beautiful, sunny day down here. Great weather. Great
It
weather.
is beautiful. It is beautiful.
It looks like you're on your boat.
I am.
Danny, do you
See the
still
first
have
aid?
that sailing book that I loaned you 50 years ago? 50 years ago? He doesn't.
Danny's on a nice
Is
motor.
anybody else hearing everything several times?
I'm not hearing
Yes.
anything hardly.
You ain't missing anything. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm frozen here. I don't know if y'all are still going.
We're still going, but you might be frozen.
Who's talking? Billy's froze. Billy's got Tom. Billy's
Yeah,
got your
Billy's
name on it.
marked as Tom. Billy's marked as Tom.
I know that's because Billy signed in last week and did his for me. But
I thought that I signed out as you.
It's all right. Tom will sort. Tom will sort.
Wait, there's a
Okay, well,
picture
here's a
of Danny
picture
when
for
it was
Dan.
thin. Wait, there's a picture of Danny when it was thin.
Timmy Shea.
Now, who's everybody else in the picture? Is that Tim Shea?
Call one Timmy Shea. Call one Timmy Shea.
They say he went away. Some people think he's gay. That's how the whole thing went. That's a good thing. That's jokes and a chance.
But Danny, you don't have any socks in that picture.
What?
I got,
You got the tuba covering it.
I got,
I don't see any socks in that picture.
Well, you're-
got zoomed out.
well, you're-
Zoomed
You-
out.
Barry would be the one to spot him. He's always been a little cockeyed.
Cockeyed. So who's the trombone player in that shot?
Jerry Cool.
Jerry Cool.
Hmm,
Billy,
good name.
Higby on banjo.
Who's on the banjo?
Higby is the left-handed banjo player, and Tim Shea is the player.
that's not Timmy Shea.
Yeah, it is.
He looks awful young.
Or is it Johnny Gill? Johnny Gill.
Are we rolling
Johnny Gill.
on one?
Maybe it is Johnny Gill.
Yeah, that is Johnny Gill.
I've got no video. There it is. Bill Higby.
Ah,
Let me get up there.
man, Danny, you look something there.
Yeah, I was young and innocent.
Shit.
That's when your farts smell like KY.
What?
Barry's wound up today.
What are you drinking, Barry?
Coca-Cola.
And
Coca-Cola.
good for you.
Yeah. That's nice here. Couple days. It's beautiful. Like mid-70s. It's clear.
Yeah,
Yes.
everything is echoing.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because it's going through my thing, but I'm gonna go inside and see if that helps.
Yeah, it's all echoing. Look at that
Is that
picture,
Yoke?
Danny.
Is that Yoke in that picture? Danny? Joel? Is that Yoke?
Yeah, that's Yoke. That's Yoke.
That's Yoakum.
There we go.
Right.
That looks like Vanasek over there.
Danny Rubio told me, he says,
Vanasset. The first guy on the left is Vanasset.
Yeah.
Bob Vanasset.
And then Tara. And who?
I don't know the next guy's name. And then Joel. Then me. Then Jesse Den.
helmet
And then-
head.
Helmet Head, Jesse Denton, and Yoakum. Yeah, I always wanted to borrow Jesse Denton's blow dryer. He wouldn't ever lend it to me.
These are all sent by Ira today.
Where is Ira?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So we used to work with Sheldon Ginsburg.
Huh.
Pete, you remember Sheldon?
Shelley.
Yeah. Shelley. He loved large, voluptuous women.
Yeah. The fatter they were, the more he liked them.
Oh yeah.
But look, Pete, Sheldon Ginsburg was a genius musician. He really was, and a great trombonist. But he didn't have any common sense at all. And every night he walk into the gig, he'd walk into Danny I's apartment upstairs, and Danny would say, "Nice haircut, Sheldon." Every night he'd say, "Nice haircut." And Sheldon would say, "Oh, thank you."
Well, he was the guy that wanted to practice. Isn't this the guy about the bunching and all?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to practice his trombone, but it was making too much noise. It was bothering people. There were like 2 different apartments in the building we were in or something. I don't remember, but he couldn't find a place to practice. And Joe Terra says, "Well, you just go out. We're in Wildwood. Just go right out on the beach. You got all this beautiful sand beach, and the beach is a deep beach there. You can a couple hundred yards probably to hit to the water. Just go out there. There's plenty of room out there. You can practice out there."
That's Joe Terra saying that, huh?
Joe Terra, yeah. And Sheldon says, well, I can't do that because when I go out there, I get attacked by all these flies. They come swarming at me. It's just awful. And Joe Terra says, well, I got the solution for that. He says, what you need to do is bunch them.
I'm still on his
and Sheldon says, what do you mean bunch them? He says, no, it's really simple. He says, you go out on the beach, you take a little shovel, and you dig a little hole. He says, and you get on top of the hole, you take a shit in the hole. And all the flies are going to go over to that hole, and they ain't going to be bothering you. You'll be just fine. And Sheldon went, oh, okay. Barry, how's the story end?
It ends. Sheldon was practicing upstairs again. Joe says, well, I told you to go bunch him. He said, I tried that. It didn't work. Herb, you remember Sheldon?
Yes, I certainly do. Although trombone players generally didn't hang out with other trombone players. You know, like if you were on the job, the other trombone players weren't.
Yeah. Sheldon Ginsburg. You remember him?
Shelley.
But I remember
Barry,
from New
Barry,
York.
wasn't he the one that went up to, he'd go for his lesson, but he wouldn't go to a trombone teacher. He'd go to his guru or something like that. And they,
Oh, yeah. He was the guy.
He wouldn't practice music. He practiced yoga.
Yeah, he was yeah.
And look, one time Joe Terra told him, said, your real name is Sheldon Ginsburg? He said, yeah, Sheldon Ginsburg. He said, Joe Terra said, well, the reason why you're not getting laid, he says, you need a stage name. He said, like what? He said, like Shelly Ginseng. So Sheldon started to call himself Shelly Ginseng.
Interesting. Now, I'm going to give you another name, Joe Lentino, bone player.
Joe
Lentino was a complete madman. He was funny.
He was a totally crazy man. That's right.
Yeah, he was great. He was great. He only died a couple of years ago. He died a couple of years ago.
Did he? Oh, I didn't hear that. But I was, he and I played in Boston for a while, and Joe would on the break, he would go into the back room and find a nice little lady. And then at the end of the break, he'd come back and he'd play some silly little tune when she came out from the back room. And he would do that 2 or 3 times a night. And of course, everybody knew it, and it was the big secret, you know. But he was crazy. He was a crazy man.
Imagine that, a crazy person working at the mustache.
Imagine that.
Hey.
Imagine that, yeah.
Not in our band, Danny.
So
What you
Ira, are
think,
you on?
Chris? How you doing, Chris?
I'm good.
Man,
Hello, Chris.
Chris and Ira. Hey, Ira.
Hey, guys. I don't see Chris here. Oh, there he is. I see him.
And Gim, man, we got a crew here.
So Ira, thanks for the pictures.
Yeah, I sent you about what? So you wanted Penny Clark, Penny Fuller. So she's in one of them or two.
Okay.
And Chris gave me a recipe for pizza now. I bought a pizza oven. Everybody else has a barbecue. I have a pizza oven.
Good for you.
Have you made a pizza yet, her?
What's that?
Have you made a pizza yet?
Yeah, made several.
According to Chris's recipe?
The doggone thing, it's called a Bertello, and it heats up to 900 degrees, which is need to make proper pizza. And so I got one just on a whim, and then I said, wait a minute, I don't know how to make pizza. Who do I know who knows how to do that? And I called Chris. He gave me chapter and verse on the whole thing, and so I've had a great time since.
That's great.
Good for you, man. Yeah.
Sounds like you could use it for cremation.
Yeah, right.
We make pizza on the grill, and it comes out very well.
No, it doesn't count. Sorry, Gim. Doesn't count. Has to be a pizza oven. 900. That's it.
Fine. I can get 700 degrees, but I can't get 900.
So last week, I was fortunate enough to read Chris's story, his banjo story in All Frets magazine.
Oh, yeah.
I would encourage everyone to go to Chris's web or Facebook page and pull up that story. But the thing is, when I was asked to write my story, I compared it. They're the same story. And I imagine all of our stories would be the same. The same exact freaking story. Didn't know shit. Said you're doing good, kid. Keep playing. All right, you're a star.
Yeah.
So it turns out that I'm really Barry Foulon.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, really.
We got the same hairdo anyway.
Yeah. I think Chris has more than you, Barry.
Well, I think so.
That's the part.
But that ain't going much, I can tell you that.
Danny, are you on your boat?
I am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How's the weather out there?
It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, let me ask this.
Cool next week.
Is everyone having as much trouble as I am putting your socks on in the morning?
That's why I wear sandals.
That's the hardest part of my day.
It does get to that point, doesn't it?
Especially when you hurt your back doing it.
I don't wear socks. I gave them up.
Only when it snows do I wear socks.
Well, you know what? You know, when I was playing, a bunch of nights a week down on Bourbon Street right before COVID, I went and bought 3 or 4 new suits, some shoes and socks. And all that. I've never worn them. Never worn them.
There's Davy Lou.
Davy Lou.
Davy Lou.
I think he's got a little boy in the tuba.
He is a piece of work.
Oh my God. Good old Jerry Cool.
Who's the woman playing banjo?
That is Mike Swan.
No, the woman.
Right.
Oh, that's Penny.
Okay.
Who?
Yeah.
Penny Clark married Ron Fuller.
She's the first person I met in a New York club. Right.
Really?
She wound up marrying Ron Fuller.
Right.
Hmm.
She was good looking.
Very.
Yeah, Penny was good looking.
Very good looking.
It's funny. The band's playing. There's not one person in the seats in front.
Yeah. The mustaches are still neatly laid on the table.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised because people wanted to sit there as soon as they came in.
Must have been a pose picture.
Yeah.
That could be.
Not a very good photographer if he leaves his people in the front. No
And
people.
we had Irving was the photographer.
Irving Frolic. Irving, how do you
Irving Frolic, right.
Joe Terry was using a lot of color in his goatee and mustache then. Look at that.
Yeah.
Joe Terry used to say, Say, I'm dying a little bit gray I put in it to look sophisticated.
Yeah.
So was that bandstand elevated at all, or did it just hit that little wall there?
It was
No, it was elevated.
Oh, it's elevated.
What were there, 2 steps up, Barry? Dan?
It was just like the Mustache in New Orleans, same.
Yeah,
It was
we
the-
just had
you had to go
a
up
little wall there.
a step, and a step. You were on stage. 3
Okay.
steps. Like
I was just,
Yeah, something like that.
yeah.
The steps were to the right by Jerry Cool.
That's right. Correct.
Irving Frolic. He was something. He used to scratch his left ear with his right hand, and he would always do it.
Oh, I've seen just people do. That's funny. Yeah.
Irving.
I asked him one. I said,
But you
Irving.
see that tuba player there, Davy Lou? Did you know
Davy
him?
Lou.
Herb?
No.
No.
Well, this guy was Danny helped me out on this in Ira. He liked trains.
He loved trains. He rode trains.
Right, that's right.
All he did was ride trains, and he had model trains at his house. And he'd go ride trains like subways and stuff like that. That's how he spent his spare time riding.
Yeah, well, that's why he could get a lot of little boys to play with him.
Yeah.
Oh.
I find it interesting that the trombone player is using a mic. Bill DeFeo changed that tradition.
Look at that. You're right. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, after Neil, every trombone player came into that club had to spray the audience.
But it's funny, Penny didn't have a mic.
She wasn't there for sound.
There was a reason for that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she wasn't there for the sound of it.
Penny was leading an interesting life other than a mustache. You may be aware of it. She was working for Mark McCormick, who was a promoter, lawyer type, who was at that point managing Arnold Palmer.
Right, I read his book.
Oh, really?
And she was part of that. Yeah, she was part of that whole. In fact, Mark McCormick was the one who made Arnold Palmer into the rock star that he became.
Well, he's the first guy that realized that sports figures could do endorsements and make money like that. He's the first guy to figure that out.
Well, then I guess Penny advanced herself and moved up to your father's mustache.
Yeah.
She was nice, Penny. She was very nice.
Davy Lulu. That was Danny's boy, Davy Lou.
It really is. It's unfortunate because we would tease him relentlessly. And he would fall. For example, he'd be backed up against a wall. He'd be standing with his back literally against the wall. Often we did this next to the ladies' restroom in Wildwood at the Red Garter, and he'd be back against the wall, and there was about a 7-foot ceiling there, and having a conversation with him, and Barry and I together would be like facing him, and we'd look up, and there's no place to look up to, but we look up, hey, come on down from there, come down from there, and without fail, every single time, he's struggling to try and see who's up there, and of course, that was mean. We were bad.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Yes.
Davy Lou.
The thing is, he was a good tuba player.
Was he?
He was. Ira Dectrell backed me up on this. I had Eddie Davis ask me if I'd go spend the summer in Florence, Italy with him and play at the Red Garter there. So I checked with the Iras and I said, Ira, I want to do this. It's an opportunity to play the whole summer with Eddie, and I'll be in Europe, and it's a great opportunity. But when I'm done, I'm still going to need a job when I get back to New York. And so the Iras, both of them, they said, yeah, well, you got it. You got a job for sure when you get back. And Bob Adams was the leader of the band. So I spent the summer away, and when I came back, Bob Adams says, you can't play. We got Davy Lou. It's Davy Lou's gig now. It's not yours. But the Iras took care of me. They were good to their word, and it took a week or two to convince Bob Adams that I wasn't the devil. I don't think he was ever completely convinced of that.
No, because he left.
Because what?
He left, and that's when I went up there. Took his place.
That's right. You came when he left, right, Barry?
Right, yeah.
Right. That's right. Yeah, but
You
for a
got
little
Bob
while.
Adams, I'm looking at him on the screen.
Yeah, but Barry, you were playing the show band. You weren't playing the club, were you?
No, the club.
I think that's behind Bob is Roger Ricci.
Oh, yes.
That's Roger Ricci. Yeah.
All on Roger Reach.
They say he pollutes the beach.
Yep.
Got a big sausage.
I don't know who's on each side of Bob.
Got a big sausage.
Who's on each side of Bob in the picture?
Don't know.
I don't know either one of them.
I know Christine.
Well, Christine, yeah, and Roger. And is that Sue Motzinger?
Gee, I don't know.
That might be Sue Motzinger.
Roger Ricci's father was a famous classical music conductor, and there was some kind of issue between them. I don't know what it was, but he was there to prove that that he was just as good, so he took a job at the Mustache. Wasn't quite the same as a classical music famous conductor, but it was close.
Danny, I'll just correct you a little bit. He was actually a famous violinist.
Violinist, you're right. You're right.
Really a virtuoso violinist. He was
really
another planet. He was a great player.
Yeah,
Ricci.
Ruggiero Ricci.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another violinist that was a waiter at the Mustache, and he could not hear. He was almost completely deaf, and his name was John.
John Reynolds.
John Reynolds. Yes.
I remember John Reynolds.
He was basically deaf, but he was a violinist, and I'm thinking,
there I am.
Hi, John.
Hello, everybody. Hey, Herb.
Yes.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Whatever happened to Bernie Umless?
Bernie Umless, holy shit. There's a blast from the past. He had a sister, Ellen, too.
His sister
Bernie
Ellen.
Umless. Oh my God.
Taking penicillin.
What?
Since I met your sister Ellen, I've been taking penicillin. Remember that?
Yeah.
No, not at all. Not at all. Bernie Umless, oh my God.
That's what the waiters used to say, the New Orleans Mustache. I guess it was New York too. The break
Break of
back of my heart.
Yeah.
Right?
Since I met your sister Enos, I've had trouble with my
penis.
Since I met your daughter,
it was a fun place to work.
Since I met your darling daughter, I've had trouble passing water.
Yeah, that was the original. Yeah.
That's an oldie.
Hey, the Bernie Umless's big show was at one point in the evening. It was set up that someone in the band would say, well, does anyone have a request? And then Bernie would come up with a really loud clarion voice, say, yeah, I have a request. Take that banjo and then the other waiter and everything. So that was the bit, you know. That was Bernie's moment on the stage.
Wow.
Did all the clubs have the same bar songs? Like we would always start with Bourbon Street Parade. The waiters would stop what they're doing and run up on the bar. And how you gonna keep them down on the farm and Minnie the Mermaid?
Minnie the Mermaid we had, yeah.
Temptation.
Temptation, yeah, we do it a strip with the tablecloth.
Yep.
Did you do some on Ghost Riders? Beer barrel.
You know what? I think
Beer barrel
he's
poker.
right.
We get on the bar for
Yes, Danny, you're right. Because one waiter would jump on the other one's back.
that. Yeah. We'd go get the empty beer kegs and run out and bang them together above the audience's head.
That was beer barrel polka, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff Allswang was the guy who actually started that Temptation and with the mock strip and everything. And he was hilarious with it. You know, like he was revealing his, revealing himself with the vest and all that kind. I mean, he had a funny bit worked out. It was hilarious. And I have a Ron Beisel story with the Temptation. Very first couple nights I'm working with Your Mustache. I come from Philadelphia. George French had taught me all 40 songs he knows, and that's what I knew. So I go to New York, and in the meantime, Ronnie Beisel is going out of my head, and just any song he can think of, so he wouldn't go crazy with boredom. So anyway, he does Temptation. Well, I've never played Temptation. I've never heard it all the way through. So I splattered it from Here to Kingdom Come. And, so Ronnie turned to me very nicely after the song, sort of, and said, look, we do this a lot of times with Jeff's strip features, so you got to learn that one. Okay, I will. Next night, he calls it, and I haven't learned it. He turned around to me after the song and says, what the F are you doing screwing around with my job? Like, I'm 22 years old, just moved to New York like 3 days ago. I'm looking at my career flashing before my eyes. And, you know, but it was a very valuable lesson. I learned songs after that.
Did anybody hear how Jeff's doing now? I heard he had some a medical issue last week or 2 weeks or something.
He's home. I got an email saying he's home.
Okay.
Right.
That's good.
He's doing okay, I guess, right?
Yeah. Hey, Tom, why don't you put those pictures you showed last week that Joan sent you when she wasn't here?
All right, give me a second.
Those pictures that Joan sent you of her when she's still a hottie, but she was a hottie back then.
Anybody remember Irving Frolic had a assistant named Gail Manning?
Gail Manning.
Little bitty tiny girl. It turns out, I just found this out about 3 or 4 years ago when Yoakum was here in New Orleans, that Yoakum and she lived together for like 3 or 4 years.
You're kidding.
Yeah, no.
Little Gail, like 5'0".
Little bitty tiny Gail Manning.
Yeah. Joe Terra called her Gail Manning of Hollywood.
Right.
She lived with Yoakum?
Yeah.
Wow.
I like your reaction, Ira.
I'm just surprised. Gail. Who else was there? Who was the one that worked for Irving, Danny, that wound up being in Old Calcutta?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, shit. What's her name? I forgot her name.
Dead silence.
Tom, you're on twice here.
Yeah,
3 times, actually.
Billy signed in as me.
No, I just killed my video for a second. I had to take care of something. No,
So I'm just trying to find Joan's pictures because I got some.
I can pull them up. You sent them to me, but I don't remember which ones were Jones and which ones were Banu's.
Yeah, there was a lot of Banus there. I mean, I got this one right here.
Yeah. I do have Joan on stage with, yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, we saw that last week.
Funny.
Joan, that's Banu.
Okay, so that's Banu.
Banu, Kathy, and Yvette.
Yeah, I don't know. Was that Yvette?
I think so.
She was really short though.
Maybe not Yvette. I'm not sure about it, Yvette.
Okay, let me reshare it.
I think she was shorter than Banu.
Yeah, and the girl on the left of the washboard is Melody Moorhead. And
I tell you
never
what,
knew her.
Yeah,
Banu said she took a lot of pain and jabs with that name, Melody Moorhead.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
You're right. That's what she said last week. Who's the banjo player on the next to the washboard?
It's Walter Hart.
Walter Hart from Vineland, New Jersey. And we sat each other at a Mets game.
So he probably played in Summers Point and Point Pleasant.
Yeah, we found out that we lived 6 miles away from each other as kids. You know,
really.
The guy in the Derby was the piano player in the Miami Beach show, and I forget his name. He was really good. He was good, like ragtime player. Sonny Hill.
Next is Banu.
Yeah, next is Sonny.
Sonny Helmer.
I think it's Bill Clark on
Who's
tuba.
the guy in the hat?
It looks like Bill Clark. Yeah.
That's the piano player.
Piano player from Miami. I forget his name.
You say Bill Clark?
Looks like him.
Huh.
Clark on tuba. Yeah.
The tuba looks like him.
The tuba, maybe, yeah.
Who's the banjo player?
That play once a week on his front porch on Florida Boulevard.
Yeah.
I figured you probably know him.
Yeah, I sure do. Steve Pistorius. I thought about going out a couple of times and just never could make it.
Well, you should.
It's on Wednesday nights, right?
Well, it varies a little bit. It was last night, this time around, but usually it's on Tuesdays about 6 o'clock.
All right. I'll meet you if you're going to go. Sorry.
Are we all invited, Dan?
Yeah, come on. Y'all want to hear Steve Pistorius? He's just talking about these porch concerts. There's a lot of porch concerts going on in New Orleans, and the neighbors will show up and sit on the lawn in lawn chairs and and they go live on Facebook, but it's getting a little old. I don't think anybody's making any money doing that anymore.
Who's this?
This is Melanie Moorhead.
Yeah.
It's Melody.
Was she in New York?
No,
Not if she was, it was before my time.
Yeah, I don't remember her.
She was in Miami.
Okay.
And she always called everybody Mr. So. Remember that? She called who you were, she called you Mr. So-and-so, whatever her name was. You know, she never used first names.
I bet the guys gave her a rough time.
Oh, yeah.
She was into last names, Miss Moorhead.
Look, there's Peter Tuba. He made it back.
Hey,
He's here.
I don't know what happened, but I'm back.
Hey, where's John Murata lately?
He went to stick shit in the hogs, ate him. Yes, indeed, they ate him.
Hey, John Murata been sick.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah. Oh, look at that shot.
Oh, there's a
Oh, that's the
gang.
one. Look at Joe Terra.
I'm looking at Joan right in the middle, huh?
Yeah.
Benny Moretta in the front.
Yeah.
It's Benny, isn't it? And David Glass on tuba.
Look at
Neil.
Joe Terra.
Joan, I sent that to you today. Did you get it?
And
Joe
Jerry Goodnight.
Terra looks like Maynard G. Krebs.
Yeah, doesn't he?
George
does.
French. Wild stories about George French. He was Philadelphia, I think.
He was Philadelphia.
Yeah. And I can't remember the banjo player all to the right. He might have been St. Louis. I can't come up with a name.
And who's the
Good old
banjo
Benny
player behind
Morata in
you?
the front.
Who's the banjo player behind you?
So
Looks like Earl Scruggs.
I don't know who she is, but George French is on one side of me, then Ron Bizel, and
Jerry Goodnight.
there's another banjo player in the back. Maybe
That's
he was
Jerry
the guy
Goodnight,
from
isn't it?
St. Louis. Too much.
The waiter standing next to Ed Sullivan is Stan Edgehill.
Right.
It was very clear to make sure that you knew it was Stanton, not Stanley.
That's
That's
true.
right.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Edge.
Yeah.
He went to
What club
Ford.
was he from?
You know, there's some great pictures of the dancers that were in front of the band, and I think a couple of the waiters actually danced. I think they showed him a few steps. I don't
Oh,
know if Vinny would have danced, but
Stan definitely danced. We have the video of that gang playing. That was the first year that they did the Ed Sullivan Show.
yeah.
And that's on Chris's.
I was just telling somebody today that there was a huge snowstorm in Chicago, and my car was buried for a month, and it was really tough getting out of Chicago to get to New York. And I ended up on a train with some guy I'd never met before, sharing a little cubicle. Everybody did that. They were just frantic to get out of the city.
Look at Vanu.
Yeah. Who shrunk that guy's trunk?
Honey, Bill Clark.
Bill Clark and
Thank you.
Sonny and
He's
Vanu.
playing the pocket trumpet.
Is that Bill? God, it doesn't look like it, does it?
And Sonny with his little horn, little baby horn that he had.
Right, well, Iris sent more, so let me find some more.
Yeah, I sent you 6, I think, at the time.
Folks, I gotta apologize. I'm leaving because I have to eat dinner, and then I have company coming right following dinner. So I got
What's for dinner,
more
Herb?
important than us.
Like you, Herb, just like you.
yeah.
Hey, Herb, what's for dinner?
There we go.
Wow.
Take care, Herb.
All right, Herb.
Boy.
See you, Herb.
Take care.
Be well, Herb.
Where is that one from?
This, I don't know where it's from, but it's a group shot with Kathy Teasdale, Yvette, Ian Bennett, Kathy, Bill Clark, Sonny, Mike Braz.
Oh my.
Kathy Teasdale's from New York, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember her.
Where did you get these pictures, Tom?
These came from Benu last week. After
Oh,
after the Friday thing, it came on Saturday.
Okay.
We pulled something else.
I guess she's not going to punch in tonight.
Looked like the same. It looked like the same piano player with a little derby on and everything.
It did, Mike. I thought so too. Did look like him.
Like you, a regular Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot if I put this one up or not.
Oh my God, no.
And there's that guy in the hat again.
Yeah.
Is that Johnny Ford standing next to Banu, I wonder?
I think so.
I can tell you in a second.
Looks like it.
I don't know. I can't find the names.
There's Sonny in the back, Walter Hart on the second from the left.
Yep. Yep.
And Banu and the guy with the hat.
Right.
The guy all the way to our right looks like a fat Ben Smith.
That's Tara right in front of Sonny.
I thought so.
Yeah, it is.
Is that Tara in the back?
It looks like they're puckered
From the
up.
side.
Yeah.
Right behind Banu.
Who's the guy with Banu?
We think it's Johnny Ford.
I think
I think it's Johnny Ford. He's got a banjo case. He had really blonde hair. What a good looking guy he was.
That was before his accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only know him after the accident.
But I told y'all that story last week, huh? When I went and saw him play, and I bought one of his albums, and he wrote on the back, "To Barry, a great banjo player, from Johnny, the greatest."
I think he had some sort of a brain, like a stroke or something like that.
Oh man.
I just
The
can't
greatest.
remember.
All right, let's see what else we have.
So you guys think we're gonna have a reunion ever again?
Depends how long we all live.
Have one every Friday.
Yeah, I don't know if there's there's not gonna be one this year.
No.
That's for sure. Maybe next year.
Well, if we get a vaccine and that make this COVID thing go away, that's the only possibility right there.
The only way I would fly.
You betcha.
Yep.
Okay, here we got some of Joan's pictures.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
Joe.
that's Joel, Ed Sullivan, and Joan, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That was Joel's typical smile.
Joan, you're looking good.
Yeah, it was a fun thing. Yeah, they were very kind to us on that show. I'm trying to remember who else did it. A couple of the Smothers Brothers were on. I can't remember the others, but it was a little Joni from the country, and I go up to the dressing room, with all those lights around the mirrors and men and women sharing the room in various states of undressed and whatever. It was kind of shocking, but it was a really nice experience.
Cool. Yeah, I've enjoyed those clips Chris put on his Facebook page. They have all of them, all the performances. There's Joan again.
Oh yeah.
And that was the Chicago club. That's a tuba player. His name is Bob Dawkins. He's a good tuba player. I think he was a teacher in the schools.
That's Sonny on trombone.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was probably, I can't remember what year. I can't remember, 67 maybe, something like that.
A couple of these pictures came out with a promo pack that they put out.
Joan, you look like you were singing Bye Bye Blackbird.
Were you asking me something?
I said, you look like you were singing Bye Bye Blackbird.
All right.
What else you got, Tom?
I'm coming.
Oh, man.
One of my really weird experiences in Chicago, I used to do the books for the club too. And so this was St. Patrick's Day. And of course, we had gobs of money. And I went down late at night and put it in the night trap at the bank. Well, the bank never got our deposit. And
Oh,
so
boy.
everybody's really concerned about it. And I knew I had put it in the bank. So about, this is Boston. There's Lenny Cassonen peeking out from the back. And that was Mayor White. We did a lot of things through the mayor's office. Timmy Greeley on watchboard to the
Is
left.
that Jeff Oswine
No.
on the right?
No, that's the guy below Mayor White was one of the waiters. They're all waiters except for Timmy on watchboard, Cassonen in the back, and me on banjo.
That's Eddie Alley on the left.
I don't think.
No.
We were the darlings of the State House those days. We went down one night at 2:00 in the morning. They were up taking a boat on something, and everybody was kind of tired, so they sent us from the club. We went over and played Bye Bye Blackbird for the senators or whatever the heck they were doing up there. We made the front page of the picture of the newspaper the next day. So
That's a good shot.
I was going to finish that Chicago story. So the deposit had just disappeared. Didn't know what was going on. So about a week later, Bob McKenzie and I went down to put a deposit in the bank about 2:00 in the morning. We opened up the drawer at the bank there, and there's somebody else's deposit sitting right in the deposit thing. So that's what had happened to ours. It got stuck, and so the person after me just took the deposit out. It took us about 4 or 5 times closing that deposit thing to get that deposit to finally fall down in the bank. But they were still out, as far as I know. They were out from St. Patrick's Day receipts, which is pretty awful.
Right.
To this day, if I have to make a night drop, I always pull it a couple times to make sure it's actually working.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, like when you mail a letter. Oh, that picture I know.
Yeah, that's a famous one.
Yeah, see, they're the dancer, and I think a couple of our guys danced.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Ed Sullivan said that's the Michael Bennett dancers. So Michael Bennett he became a big name, I believe.
I don't know that.
Well, he did chorus line.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was that was like an autobiography, wasn't it, Dan?
Yeah.
But on that Ed Sullivan show they hired the Michael Bennett dancers to dance around the Mustache Man. Were any of y'all there? Joan, were you there for this?
Yeah,
For this
Joan's
one?
there.
Yeah, you there?
Well, that's you right there, yeah.
Yeah, she's next to Joel, right?
And Chris, were you on this one?
No, I was on the next year.
Okay.
Jennifer Symbols said, "Hi, Mom."
Yeah, that's a fun video that's on your Facebook page, Chris. Those,
Yeah.
especially that one with those dancers. Pretty good.
They put on a show, for sure.
Oh yeah.
They had us come running down the aisle, playing right up onto the stage. Just what I needed.
I think I've seen that one. Bob Banasek, I think, was with you.
Yep, he was.
Yeah.
I used to love to play down at Summers Point.
Captain
Bob.
Tony.
Captain Tony.
Terry's brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the second oldest, I think.
Joan, whatever happened to Danny Venice?
Gunrunner, bootlegger, and soldier of fortune. Too funny.
She's down in.
Yeah, but she was real sick. Joan, is Danny Vanissette still sick or what?
Danny Vanasek.
Yeah.
She remarried a lawyer from Chicago, and
Right.
they live about an hour south of here, Denver and Bradenton. And both she and her husband have some big medical problems.
Yeah.
It's it's not good. Thank gosh they have each other.
Wow.
I haven't seen her since this virus business. She's really compromised, so she can't get out very much.
Last
Gotcha.
time we saw her was at your festival. When we all played your festival, she was there.
Right.
When we played
Clearwater.
your festival in
Yeah,
Clearwater,
the second final reunion.
she was there.
Well, this is some, I don't think I've ever showed this one, and I don't know if it means anything, but it was the drawing, the sketch, for the Boston Club.
Rich
Wow.
Fotakis, a familiar name.
Is Jay Brackett's trombone slide in there someplace?
Boy, Jay Brackett, I have a story about him. He used to put his booze in a peanut butter jar because he had a wide lip on the front and he could drink it easily.
The ceiling's not high, it's too high.
Well, I have to go today, so I'm going to say goodbye to all of you.
See you next week,
I'm
Joan.
so glad we're still doing this. So
See you next week.
I'll see you next week.
See you, Johnny.
Okay, I don't know how to get out of here now.
Rich Fotakis, a familiar name.
Right.
Bottom right, leave.
So did Boston Club have tables in the middle or just chairs?
It's funny, the chairs in the middle are not facing the bandstand.
I think he forgot to draw the tables in.
That's right. There were,
Yeah, it looks that way.
there were tables there for sure.
Okay.
I
Our
think
ship,
he
when I
started
was in the
drinking.
Navy in '67, our ship was in the Boston shipyards, and we would sneak our way into the Boston Club. And that was my first experience. And I said, I've got to do that someday.
Yeah, and I don't know if the other clubs were like that, but the Bourbon Street Club, the wall would move in and out, and we would reconfigure the tables to always make it look like it was full. Like on a slow night, we'd move the walls in closer to the door and change all the tables around and all the waiters' sections. It was really kind of complicated.
I think New Orleans was the only club that had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have that in New York.
Denver
Billy,
didn't
what
have
did we get for doing that?
What do you mean?
We got some money for doing that, like
Maybe yeah, they would give us a couple extra dollars because you'd have to stop what you were doing in the middle of the night. Usually we would have the walls set too small, and then the waiting line would get big out. So we'd have to stop and move the bandstand and the walls, move them back, reconfigure the tables, redivide the waiters' sections. It was a kind of fun. We'd do that on the fly though while we were still working, you know.
Wow.
The Boston Club was underground, and so the walls were where the walls were going to be. You know, there ain't no moving the walls when they're holding up the building.
Yeah.
I've got a story about the basement Boston Club. My father-in-law was a doctor, and he remembers that building. We used to be at church, and the basement of the church, which was our club, was of an embalming room of all things. Because that's what that church.
A lot of people got embalmed there.
In the old days, the embalming happened in churches, not in fancy labs and stuff. But that's what it was. It was an embalming room, and I guess a lot of folks got embalmed while they were playing too. So.
Yeah.
Here's a question for the Boston Club. Was the improper Bostonian upstairs or downstairs?
Upstairs.
Upstairs. That was Jennifer's club.
Just as you walk through the door, it was on the left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Small room. Yeah.
Jennifer, I think she ran that, didn't she? It was Joel's sister.
Well, after a while she did. Yeah. Keep her quiet, I think. There were two guys there that were very clever. A piano player and a guy who played the banjo played hung under his chin. It was kind of funny. They used
Oh,
to.
yeah. Huh.
I can't remember his name, but he was very clever, and they had put on a nice show. I remember watching it a couple of times.
That was downstairs or upstairs, Jim?
That was downstairs in the improper Bostonian. It was kind of like a waiting lounge to get in downstairs because it was always crowded.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And look at the New Orleans club. You remember when the girls would come in, we'd say, look, tonight, after we close, we're having an employee party.
Oh, yes.
We call it the annual
employee party, and you're invited. Once they lock the doors in place, it's all free beer.
Well,
the thing is, we didn't tell them it was an employee party every freaking night.
Yeah. I think we did that in New York too, Barry.
That particular line worked very well in Boston because on Saturday nights we had the old blue laws then, so you had to close at midnight.
That's right.
We only worked 9 to 12, so at 12 o'clock everybody was thrown out except the pretty girls.
Yeah, we called it the annual waiters ball, but it was every night. It wasn't annual. We'll come to the annual waiters ball tonight and give them a little red ticket to come back.
Yeah, every night.
Yeah, every night.
By contrast, in New York, I mean, on Saturday night we worked 10 to 4. It was just brutal. But so by 4 o'clock in the morning, everybody's exhausted. There was no parties then.
Yeah. Did all the clubs show movies between the band breaks? Those old Teddy at the Throttle and Laurel and Hardy and stuff.
New York did.
Oh,
We had Laurel and Hardy.
Charlie Chaplin, yeah.
Yeah, we did it in Boston because we started it there because that's what the Red Garter did in San Francisco. At the very beginning, Joel patterned the club and everything in it after the Red Garter in San Francisco because that was his experience. And
right.
It varied a bit after that, but the movies was part of the San Francisco routine, so that's what we did.
Yeah, no, we did. We had this one Teddy at the Throttle, and sometimes we'd get the audience all worked up about it because the damsel tied to the railroad track, and we'd get half the audience yelling for the dog, and the other half rooting for the train. So yeah, it was fun.
Well, let me ask you this, Gim and Chris. You guys were around at the beginning or close to the beginning where the band sat, and then we started standing.
That's right.
That's right.
What was the experience of the musicians making that transition? Were some people pissed off or what?
Of course, I prefer to sit.
Oh, me too, sure.
And also, we started to have to wear these costumes instead of just the white pants and the string ties and all that. And I was really not much in favor of it. And I actually left the club shortly after that change.
So you're one of the guys that really didn't like it. What is your experience, Gim, with that?
Well, I remember when we started standing up, it wasn't really a problem. Of course, I was younger then. I don't like to do it. I don't like to do it now, but it's it was effective, and I probably think it was a good move, even though it was uncomfortable.
Speaking of New York, the Red Garter was just a couple of blocks away from the Mustache, and they had a French guy, Michel Lavignac or something like that.
That's right.
Lavignac.
What?
Lavignac. Lavignac. Is that his name?
Lavignac en français.
Lavignac. He worked in Denver for a while.
He moved to Cape Cod and and had a nice gig up there for many years. He died only a few years ago. He made it to the Carnegie thing, and then about 2 or 3 years after that, he died.
Same with Harry Black.
Exactly thing.
Yeah, Harry Black.
Yeah.
Michel Lavignac. I didn't know him.
I remember them telling stories about him in Denver because he's a lead banjo player and he had the French accent, of course. And so he'd turn around and he'd, okay, guys, mem. And he'd start into a song. They're going, because mem meant maim.
That's right.
Hey guys, I'm gonna get out.
Guys,
Larry,
I'll
Tom,
see if
everybody,
I'm
Jim.
looking for some videos, and if I do, I'll post them up on the Mustache Facebook page, and I'll let you all know.
If
Okay.
you find any good ones,
Thanks,
you
Chris.
know how to send them, Chris, to Tom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do that.
He's got some more photos, you know?
Any photos or anything anybody's got, because everybody's seen everything I've got.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom. See y'all later.
I gotta go.
See you later, Bill. Ian, see you later.
I gotta go too. I'm cooking dinner tonight, so I gotta go too.
Okay. All right.
See y'all later.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Ira, what did Joe Terra say about Danny?
Danny,
Yeah.
the laziest white man he knows. Right?
That's what he said.
Oh, he said a lot of things about a lot of people.
Danny missed that. He missed
Yeah.
it. He's off. All right, guys. Look, I'll see you.
Okay.